All right. Hello, my name is Darren. This is a special episode of Weekly Chording. Whether you celebrate on Canada Day or whether you think it's a time to reflect on the history and the awful things that have brought us here, I hope that you will nevertheless appreciate this stream focused on artists who have called Canada home in some way. I want to acknowledge that I am broadcasting to you from the traditional territories of the Niitsitapi, that's the Blackfoot Confederacy, the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Siksika, the Piikani, the Kainai, the Tsuut'ina, and the Ari Nakodabi, Stoney Nakoda First Nations, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. I am situated on land adjacent to the Bow River, the Elbow River, and the traditional Blackfoot name of this place is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. City of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. And here we go. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. All right. Let's go to excellent. Although I did kind of want that to go behind that, but that's all right. Anybody watching me yet? Not live. Well, hopefully people will join me later. I'm going to leave this on for the rest of the day, and hopefully people will get a chance to catch it later. Canada's national anthem, O Canada, was composed by Calixa Lavalley, commissioned for Saint Jean Baptiste Day in 1880. Ironically, at least from my perspective, Lavalley later in life promoted the idea of a union between the U.S. and Canada. This song became the national anthem for Canada a century later, in 1980, after a convoluted process. All right, so we're going to move right along. That's what we're going to do. Since we're through that, the first real song choice, we're going to begin with something that leans heavily towards reflecting on the awful history that we have here in Canada. First about the band. In 2010, Latvian-Canadian singer Peter Germanis approached Leah Faye after hearing her sing with art folk group Mothers of Brides at the Communist's Daughter, a bar in Toronto. Germanis and Faye began to record demos together, and they soon formed July Talk with Josh Warburton, Danny Miles, and Eamon McGrath. McGrath later left to focus on his own material. He was replaced by Ian Doherty. This band's 10-song debut album was released on the 16th of October 2012 by Sleepless Records. This song is from their second album entitled Touch. All three of the band's studio albums have won the Juno Award for Alternative Album of the Year. Here is Jesus Said So. White babies cry on reality TV. Plastic surgery disaster. Inherent obesity. Now we're waiting on the angle. We're waiting on the spin. Waiting for the second coming. Our oil's running thin. So now I'll have to find some place to go. Those that do not want us there must go. And they ask us how we know. Jesus Jesus said so. Speak a language they don't know, so you can take and never own. Make a God in your own image, because your ego told you so. Girl falls from a building like a star out of the sky, but no one saw it happen, so nobody has to cry. So now we'll find some place to go. Those that do not want us there must go. And they ask us how we know. My country said so. Jesus said so. My Jesus said so. My country said so. My father said so. My TV said so. My brother said so. My teacher said so. Jesus said so. The cops put men in cars, drove them out into the snow, find women's bodies in the river, but nobody seems to know. Tell the kids to hide their eyes, there's no need for them to see. Just keep them busy watching money crying on TV. So now I'll have to find some place to go, building houses high as heaven in a row. And the kids born into debt who ask us why, we'll tell them Jesus lied. Jesus said so. My Jesus said so. Oh, goodness. What have I done? Bear with me a second. That was what was supposed to happen there. I skipped a song, that's what happened, so I can just go slide right through these again. One thing I would really like to figure out from here, if I can share it to my page, because that's what I want to do. Maybe I'll just go here. Boop. And while we're getting here, we're just going to slide through. Okay, Jesus, so, all right. And that's where I was going to end on that one. All right, good. Dang it, hitting the wrong button does a lot for you. And yeah, I'm just going to switch to me. Thank you for being here with me. Either if you're live, joining me live right now, or joining me later, both of which are great. So hopefully you can, hopefully you will enjoy. It's nice to have an extra day away from work from time to time. Hallelujah. The late great Leonard Cohen was never known for happy music, so no surprise that any song titled Hallelujah from him is not a cheery anthem. Cohen did not begin pursuing a music career until 1967 when he was 33. Not exactly a geriatric, despite what you might think from when they started using the term geriatric millennial, but also no spring chicken. In 2005, he discovered he had become a trope, and his manager had stolen all his money and sold the rights to his songs. So he toured and worked right up until he died in 2016, to the point that the album You Want It Darker was released 3 weeks before his passing, and Thanks for the Dance was released posthumously in 2019. Cohen was awarded both the Order of Canada and National Order of Quebec for his contributions. Here is Hallelujah. Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throne, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe I've been here before. I know this room, I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew ya. And I've seen your flag on a marble arch. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show it to me, do ya? Remember when I moved you, the holy dark was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above. All I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew ya. It's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 All right. Stop it right there. Sorry for a quiet moment. You're not supposed to leave any silence, right? Bad karma. Something. Radio silence. Read that Gordon Corman book? Canadian, speaking of Canadian content. I don't know, fifth grade radio? Film, fifth grade radio? That was what it was, right? That's what I'm thinking of? Yeah. I'm showing my age. Alright, speaking of 1984, which we were speaking of. Where were we? I don't remember what happened in 1984. Anyway, lots of things happened in 1984. But in particular, we're talking about that year, a pair of high school friends, Jim Cuddy and Greg Keeler in Toronto, who have also been awarded the Order of Canada, which is tying back to Leonard Cohen, formed the band Blue Rodeo, their second notable attempt to make a band. And this time they were signed to a record deal with Risk Disc, and the rest is history. Their breakout hit was Try, which you, if you ask nicely, I might do later. But they have 16 subsequent albums since then. They have a star on the Canada's Walk of Fame. They were inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. Today, I'm only going to do a single song from any artist or band, but I really like singing Blue Rodeo songs. There's lots of those in my list, and I could probably do a whole hour just there, but that's not what we're going for today. Join me on a session show, though, and you can request them to your heart's content. In the meantime, here's my favorite Blue Rodeo song, 5 Days in May. They met in a hurricane, standing in the shelter out of the rain. She tucked a note into his hand. Later on they took his car, drove on down where the beaches are. He wrote her name in the sand, never even let go of her hand. Somehow they stayed that way for those 5 days in May, made all the stars around them shine. Funny how you can look in vain, living on theirs in such sweet pain, loneliness that got so fine. To find the face you've seen 1,000 times. Sometimes the world begins, set you up on your feet again, and oh, it wipes the tears from your eyes. How will you ever know the way that circumstances go? Oh, it's gonna hit you by surprise. But I know my past, and you were there in everything I've done. You are the one. Back, it's hard to tell why they stood while others fell. Spend your life working it out. All I know is one cloudy day, they both just ran away. Rain on the windshield headed south. Oh, she loved the lines around his mouth. Sometimes the world begins, set you up on your feet again, and oh, it wipes the tears from your eyes. How will you ever know the way that circumstances go? Oh, it's gonna hit you by surprise. But I know my past, and you were there in everything I've done. You are the one. Another favorite artist of mine is Rock Voisine. Voisine was born in New Brunswick, but moved to Quebec when he was 12, and he played hockey for 4 seasons with the Ottawa GGs, or is it Kigis? GGs, right? It would be GGs. And aspired to be a professional hockey player, but had to put that aside when he suffered an injury playing baseball. That led to, of course, a very long and varied music career in both French and English, releasing languages in both albums, releasing albums in both languages, and every once in a while in both languages at the same time. This particular song was released in English as a solo, but in French as a duet with fellow Canadian artist Amy Sky. The French lyrics are dark, dark, dark. So this song, at least in French, needs a suicide trigger warning. The English words are much tamer. And actual French speakers probably can't understand my French anyway, but if you needed to step away for a few minutes, I won't be offended. Here is Deliver Me or Délivre-moi. 2 o'clock in the morning. God, I'm still awake. Thunder rolls like a warning. My heart's about to break. Lying here beside you, where love used to be. Never me, never me. I'm losing ground. You're the only one, can't you see? Never me, 'cause I hear the sound of your voice and I feel whole again, babe. Deliver me. Never could understand it, how something so strong, hard to try to hold it, can't turn out so wrong. Lying here beside you, right down on my knees. Deliver me, you're losing ground. You're the only one, can't you see? Deliver me, 'cause I hear the sound of your voice and I feel whole again, babe. Please deliver me. So baby, take me home again, set me free. Deliver me, deliver me, deliver me. Deliver-moi, deliver me, deliver me. Deliver-moi, deliver me. Okay. You'll note that the coffee cup I have chosen today is Tim Hortons. Hopefully that's appreciated by somebody out there. Okay. Great Big Sea is next. A folk rock band from Newfoundland. They make mostly rock interpretations of traditional Newfie sea shanties, which are very British in their origin, of course, like Cornwall, etc., etc. It was formed by Alan Doyle, Sean McCann, and Daryl Power and Bob Hallett, the latter three of which were already performing together before Alan Doyle joined them. McCann left the band in 2013 for personal reasons, and that was basically it. They eventually announced the band just retired in general because they felt they couldn't go on without him. Once again, I have... Oh, no, not once again. There we go. Yeah, so anyway. Remember the rebranding that was the Canadian Alliance Party in Stockwell Day? He got in trouble for using the song in a rally without permission. Here's Ordinary Day. Got a smile on my face and I've got balls around me. I've got the sun in the sky, all the waters around me. Oh, you know, yeah, I win now, sometimes I lose. I've been battered but I never bruise. It's not so bad. And I say, wait, hey, it's just an ordinary day. It's all your state of mind. The end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. Janie sings on the corner, what keeps her from dying? Let them say what they want, she won't stop trying. You know, she might stumble if they push her around. She might fall, she'll never lie down. It's not so bad. And I say, wait, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. The end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. 'Cause it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. In this beautiful life, there's always some sorrow. It's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. You know, it's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep the faith that your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, wait, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. The end of the day, you just gotta say, I said, wait, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. The end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. 'Cause it's alright, it's alright. 'Cause I got a smile on my face and I got four walls around me. All right. Something a little more fun. The Moffats are a pop country band from BC, formed from elder brother Scott and his younger triplet brothers, identical twins Bob and Clint, and their fraternal twin Dave, fraternal triplet Dave, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, as kids they released 3 albums when the eldest was 10, 12, and 13 respectively. Were likely the youngest band ever to sign a label recording contract. It's very country, but I do enjoy their Moffats album. But their real popularity came when they moved out of country and into pop rock genre and also started playing their own instruments. So they were the boy band that played their own instruments. They released Chapter 1, A New Beginning, in 1998, only 3 years after the previous release, so you can do the math. It had a wide popularity, particularly in Europe and Asia, and here is a song that I like off that album, Miss You Like Crazy. I used to call you my girl, I used to call you my friend, I used to call you the love that I never had. When I think of you, I don't know what to do. When will I see you again? I miss you like crazy, even more than words can say. I miss you like crazy, every minute of every day. Girl, I'm so down when your love's not around. I miss you, miss you, miss you. I miss you like crazy. You're all that I want. You're all that I need. Can't you see how I feel? Can't you see that my pain's surreal? When I think of you, don't know what to do. When will I see you again? I miss you like crazy, every more than words can say. I miss you like crazy, every minute of every day. Girl, I'm so down when your love's not around. I miss you, miss you, miss you. All right. The Balfets broke up as a band in 2001. But they have more recently reunited. They've toured. They released a short album in 2018, so they do maybe still exist. It's always strange because things are so out of date on Wikipedia. You're like, is this the most recent information or is it out of date? Who can tell? Yeah, that's that. Okay, this is yeah, all right. Yeah. Should forget to put this in every once in a while, and I haven't. All right, Oliver's in a dangerous time. I got a twofer for this song. Obviously, Canadian singer-songwriter Bruce Cockburn wrote this song. A prolific artist with 34 albums, 22 of which received a Canadian Gold or Platinum certification. Cockburn's songwriting is often political, expressing concern for the environment, the welfare of Indigenous peoples. He's someone who uses his voice, is another way to put it. On the other hand, it is not fair. The Canadian group, the Bare Naked Ladies, owe some of their success to their cover of this song. A rock band from Scarborough, Ontario, who gradually made their way into popularity. They recorded this song for a Bruce Cockburn tribute, and it was their first top 40 hit. You'd think I would have more Bare Naked Ladies songs on my list, but I don't. Not yet, anyway. Bare Naked Ladies ran into some controversy in 2009 when their lead was arrested for cocaine possession. So, yikes. They're still around though. There you go. Though the hours grow shorter as the days go by, you never get to stop and open your eyes. One day you're waiting for the sky to fall, and you're dazzled by the beauty of it all. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. These fragile bodies of touch and taste, this fragrance in this hair like lace. Spirits open to the thrust of grace. Never a breath you can afford to waste. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When your lover's in a dangerous time, time should make you feel as if your love's a crime. Nothing worth having comes without some kind of fight. You gotta kick at the darkness till it please daylight. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. We were lovers in a dangerous time. We were lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. All right. One last thought before we leave these guys. Cockburn wrote a song that reminds us again of our reality called Stolen Land, with effectively lyrics reminding us that we're on stolen land. It's all we've got. There's no going back. We'll never forget. But we're not through yet. And it's challenges us, the listener, to find steps to make it right. So, there you go. Bruce Cockburn. Next up is another quote unquote boy band. This time Wave, who formed in Niagara Falls in 1999. They had reasonable success with their first album, Nothing As It Seems, that included this song, but did not go anywhere with their second album, folded only a few years later, 2003. They do have a few other notable songs, so check it out if you like. In the meantime, here's a song about a very Canadian dream of moving to warm and sunny California. On a lonely day, look out on the highway, I can fantasize about the car I drive. Don't need the light on, I can't find my way. It's been so long, now I have to say I'm going to California, gonna live life, sipping on tequila night after night, dreaming of the moment when everything is right. A little bit of love goes a long way tonight. I'm on my way, headed for the sun, that's where I'll stay. I'm never going back home. You ever feel like you need a change? Hang out where no one knows your name. I'm going to California, gonna live life, sipping a tequila night after night, dreaming of the moment when everything is right. Little bit of love goes a long way tonight. Would you like to meet me there? We'll be dancing on the sand. These days will never end, they'll go on and on and on. On a lonely day, look out on the freeway, I can fantasize about the car I drive. Don't need the light on, I can't find my way. It's been so long, now I have to say. It's been so long, now I have to say. I'm going to California, gonna live life, sipping on tequila night after night, dreaming of the moment when everything is right. A little bit of love goes a long way. I'm going to California, gonna live a life, sipping on tequila night after night, dreaming of the moment when everything is right. A little bit of love goes a long way tonight. I'm on my way, that's where I'll stay. Oops. Alright, so we're going to dip now into the country spectrum again. Adam Gregory is a Canadian singer-songwriter who got started around that way. Started around the year 2000 when his first album, The Way I'm Made, was released. It was certified as a gold record by Music Canada, and he won an award for his song Horseshoes. Cute story on Wikipedia too, actually. He met Billy Ray Cyrus while performing at Big Valley Jamboree in Camrose, Alberta. Cyrus was the headliner and asked Gregory to perform with him on his hit, Achy Breaky Heart. Sorry if that's stuck in your head now, because that's all it takes from me. Anyway, this song had the pop and a country release, and although I'm not only a fringe fan of country, I definitely appreciated the country version more. Here is Only Know I Do. How do you explain the way the stars just hang way up in the sky? How do you explain the way rain goes away whenever you walk by? It's a mystery just how life can lead to a place you've never been. You've knocked on the door a lot of times before when it suddenly lets you in. I don't know why I've been so blessed to love someone like you. I don't know why I must confess, I only know I I could never fly. It's a mystery what you've done for me, at a place I've never been. I've knocked on the door a lot of times before, now you suddenly let me in. I don't know why I've been so blessed to love someone like you. I don't know why I must confess, I only know I do. In my heart, I won't question, baby, I'll just lay here in your arms. I don't know why I've been so blessed to love someone like you. I don't know why I must confess, I only know I do. I don't know why I've been so blessed to love someone like you. I don't know why I must confess, I only know I do. Oh baby, oh I do. I know that some of the songs I know and like kind of pinpoint my age and background, and I think that this is one of them. The band Jay Gaines and the Soul Attorneys was formed somewhat artificially between the titular Gaines and the producer-guitarist Aldo Nova. From what I gather, but I don't know the full truth of, they didn't end up getting along very well. This song is a pretty highly played Canadian pop song, though. So here's Better Man, obviously not the Westlife one, no, nor Taylor Swift, or Pearl Jam, or any other number of songs that have the same title. Here is from Jay Gaines and Soul Attorneys, Better Man. Being here without you, something I can't stand, 'cause everything about you has left me a broken man. Imagine us together, see that we're apart. Sometimes I wonder whether you can mend this broken heart. Now I've opened up my eyes, I was blind but now I see, realizing that you're deep inside of me. Whoa, Lord knows what I do just to be with you, just to hold your hand, be a better man, get down on my knees, just to make you see I'd do anything for the love you bring. Well, I've tried, yes I've tried, and I know what I am, but I'm doing the best that I can, be a better man. So Mother Mary, help me, you gotta help me make it through, to conquer this addiction, the addiction that is you. But it'd be easier if baby you come in my arms tonight, knowing you are there I wouldn't face the fight. Lord knows what I do just to be with you, just to hold your hand, be a better man, get down on my knees, just to make you see I'd do anything for the love you bring. Well, I've tried, yes I've tried, and I know what I am, but I'm doing the best that I can, just to be a better man, just to be a better man. Tell me what I have to do, 'cause I want to be with you, just to be a better man. Tell me what I gotta be, so that you'll come back to me. Yeah! Well, I've opened up my eyes, I was blind, but now I see, realizing that you're deep inside of me. Whoa, Lord knows what I do, just to be with you, just to hold your hand, be a better man, get down on my knees, just to make you see, I'd do anything, for the love you bring. Lord knows what I do, just to be with you, just to hold your hand, be a better man. Well, I've tried, yes I've tried, and I know what I am, but I'm doing the best that I can, just to be a better man, to be a better man, just to be a better man, just to be a better man. The Grapes of Wrath is an American realist novel written by John Steinbeck. How is that relevant? Well, in 1983, three guys from Kelowna were looking for a band name and saw the movie listing for a movie based on said book and picked it. They had purportedly never read the book or seen the movie, so it's just because it sounds cool, I guess. Their first album, Treehouse, was produced by Tom Cochrane, more on him in a bit, and yielded the hit single that I'm about to do. Like most bands, they then had an on-again, off-again relationship. But the latest on Wikipedia says that they're together again and touring in Canada. Here's a Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind. Coming over mountains, pale beside the walls between us now. Since I refuse to play along, it's always been another to do the damage you live every day, leave you cursing for escape. Each day I see a ball and chain grow a little more ingrained, and watch you corner pain, saying nothing's gonna change. Why is the world so damn unkind to one so righteous in her mind? The sun won't rise and shine, will you never find your peace of mind? My father couldn't bother to play the kind of role a child required. Instead of trying, he retired. So much yet to conquer, to feel alone while so-called friends don't go. You know the pain is not their own. Each day I see a ball and chain grow a little more ingrained, and watch you corner pain, saying nothing's gonna change. Why is the world so damn unkind to one so righteous in her mind? The sun won't rise and shine, will you never find your peace of mind? Coming over mountains to feel the tension hiding in these walls. You see your trace of spirit fall. My father couldn't bother, now he's back to find his place again. Sorry, but the book's been burned. Each day I see a ball and chain grow a little more ingrained. Watch you corner pain, saying nothing's gonna change. Why is the world so damn unkind to one so righteous in her mind? The sun won't rise and shine, will you never find your peace of mind? Peace of mind, peace of mind. stuck my head down a bit. I'm just pouring myself a little more coffee here. It's a long show. You know, I think I know I just put it on for an hour and a half, but I think it'll be closer to 2. So, if you're watching later, enjoy. There's more to come. Did I hit? Nope, did not yet. Speaking of Tom Cochrane, that was, yeah. Music producer and singer-songwriter Tom Cochrane from Manitoba is among Canada's most famous musicians because of the global fame of Life is a Highway. But he was prolific before that, writing and performing in the band Red Rider. Notably, in 1986, they started billing the band as Tom Cochrane and Red Rider. Cochrane has been honored for a lifetime of charity work, his contributions to the arts, and for being unabashedly Canadian. And one more funny one. On October 31st, 2016, the provincial legislature of Manitoba announced a 322-kilometer section of PR 391, Manitoba's premium highway, I don't know what that means, connecting Lynn Lake and Thompson would be renamed Tom Cochrane's Life is a Highway. Anyway, here's the song. Like a road that you travel on when there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door. The blues won't haunt you anymore. The brave are free and the lovers soar. Come ride with me to that distant shore. We won't hesitate, break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, stirring my body all around. Love you now, I love you then. This is the road and these are the hills. From Mozambique to the Memphis nights, the Cabo Pass to Vancouver's lights. Knock me down, get back up again. In my blood is a lonely man. With the load I can't hold. Ropes are rough, this I know. I'll be there when light comes in this time. When survivors, life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna ride it all night long. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah, if you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and I. Misunderstanding once, but now looking in the eye. Yeah. Yeah. Rain all over, and I get home. Road so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the night comes in. This time we're survivors. Life is a highway, I will ride it all night long. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Oh, if you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Oh, if you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. And moving right along, I would be remiss to not include this guy. Says he's from Calgary, but born in Ontario to parents who immigrated to the UK from the UK via South Africa, and also spent most of his high school years in the UK. Although live musical theater was his focus for a long time, he decided to try doing music streaming, and due to generally not liking the idea of using karaoke backing tracks, picked up a dusty guitar and went for it. For better or for worse. Anyway, here's a song written by that guy. Who's me. If you didn't figure it out. We're running in the night like vagabonds, and I don't know which side we're on. We've left my safe and friendly home behind. I don't know what we're trying to find. They say we're going to save the world, we're going on a quest. Whether I'm excited or scared, my heart's beating out of my chest. Just upon a prophecy, can't control my destiny. If I can't do what's asked of me, it'll end in tragedy. Can you see my future? 'Cause I'm lost in the past. Gotta find my direction, better find it fast. Rises like a burning eye, clouds ignite and darken the sky. The strangers all around me wherever I go. Why is it so hard to take a friend from a foe? Running across the world, searching every night to find a hurricane. Valley and hill, desert and snow, make our way through all the terrain. Why are we running to when we should be fleeing from? I'm just upon a prophecy, can't control my destiny. If I can't do what's asked of me, it'll end in tragedy. Can you see my future? 'Cause I'm lost in the past. Gotta find my direction, better find it fast. Monsters and armies, gods and demons, amulets and tapestries, swords and rings, magic and sorceries, serpents and wings. Just a simple child thrown out into the wild. Just upon a prophecy, can't control my destiny. If I can't do what's asked of me, it'll end in tragedy. Just upon a prophecy, can't control my destiny. If I can't do what's asked of me, it'll end in tragedy. Can you see my future? I'm lost in the past. Gotta find my direction, better find it fast. Just a simple child thrown out into the wild. Just a simple child thrown out into the wild. Just a simple child thrown out into the wild. All right. Pawn of Prophecy was inspired by David Eddings' book, but he's not Canadian, so we won't talk about that here. But speaking of musical theater, Luc Bombonnant is a French-Canadian lyricist who wrote the musical Notre Dame de Paris with music by French-Italian Richard Cocciante. The show, originally in French, premiered on the 16th of September 1998 in Paris and is based on Victor Hugo's novel. You can tell it was a success because there are many, many recordings of it out there, but the English version with lyrics by Will Jennings, who is not Canadian, and that may be why, is not as successful as it is internationally where it has been performed in Canada, France, Russia, Switzerland, Spain, China, and South Korea. This song is Phoebus singing about being torn between his fiancée Fleur-de-Lis and the romantic girl Esmeralda that he has fallen in love with. Why not have both? One for the day, one for the night. Here is Désirée. Désirée, je suis un homme partagé, désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, faut-il que je me coupe le corps en deux. Désiré, je suis un homme de double désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, mais cette fois-ci je suis un amoureux. Pour le jour, et l'autre pour la vie, l'un pour l'amour, et l'autre pour la vie, l'un pour toujours. Jusqu'à la fin des temps, et l'autre pour un temps plus que désiré. Je suis un homme partagé, désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, mais ce n'est pas seulement ça fait du mal. Désiré, je suis un homme de double désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, laisse-moi voir si je suis un homme normal. Pour le ciel, et l'autre pour l'enfer, pour le miel, et l'autre pour la mer, dans laquelle je fais tourner ce monde, et l'autre avec la terre, je le demande. Désiré, je suis un homme partagé, désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, faut dire que je me coupe le corps en deux. Désiré, je suis un homme de double désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, mais pas parti, je suis un amoureux. Désiré, 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 désiré. Désiré, je suis un homme partagé, désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, mais sans penser, je suis tapé du mal. Désiré, je suis un homme de double désiré. Entre deux femmes que j'aime, entre deux femmes que m'aime, mais sans penser, je suis un amoureux. Désiré. Stepping away from dark and moody to campfire songs, or rather paddling songs, this next one is a folk song and is not as it is often inappropriately credited, written by Mohawk or Kenyan Kahake. Did I get that right? Kenyan Kahaka poet Pauline Johnson, who wrote a similar song about paddling. Rather, this one appears to have come from immigrant colonial origins and be aspiring to, or in some accusations, be romanticizing the indigenous way of life. When I was learning about it, after someone requested it, I felt it best to do my own take on it, that I hope keeps the good without resorting to anything that just didn't sit well with me. I'm sure there are people out there who just think songs like this should go away, as well as those that may not like what I did. So either way, here's my take on Land of the Silver Birch. Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more to the land of the silver birch. I, as the needle soars over the mountains, my spirit rises up free as a bird, free as a bird. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. Down in the forest, deep in the lowlands, my heart cries out for the hills of the north. Where lake and rocky shores, I must return no more. silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Where lake and rocky shore I will return no more, to the land of the silver birch, land of the silver birch. Actually, in hindsight, that didn't really step away from dark and moody at all, did it? So, this next song is genuinely written by a Canadian First Nations artist. In this case, Piapo Cree Buffy St. Marie. St. Marie was actually raised by a couple in Massachusetts of Mi'kmaq descent, but rekindled her connection to the Cree Nation later in life. She was the first Indigenous person to win an Oscar for Up Where We Belong, which does suggest that Will Jennings is okay, after all, despite not being Canadian. Here's a song that sadly I think remains as topical now as when it was written. Here is Universal Soldier. He's 5'2", he's 6'4", fights with missiles. Try that one again, sorry. It's higher than I think it is. 5'2". Okay, go from the beginning. He's 5'2", and he's 6'4", fights with missiles and with speed. Saw 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will. Kill you for me, my friend, and me for you. And he's fighting for Canada, he's fighting for France, he's fighting for the USA. And he's fighting for the Russians, and he's fighting for Japan. He thinks we'll put an end to war this way. And he's fighting for democracy, he's fighting for the rest. He thinks it's for the peace of all. He's the one who must decide who's to live and who's to die. He never sees the writing on the wall. But without him, how could Hitler have condemned him at the ball? Without him, Caesar would have stood alone. He's the one who gives his body as a weapon of war. And without him, all this killing can't go on. He's a universal soldier, and he really is to blame. His orders come from far away, no more. They come from him and you and me. And brothers, can't you see? This is not the way we put the end to war. Moving on then, here is Neil Young. Neil Young started his career in Winnipeg in the 1960s and is part of the band Crazy Horse and also Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Really, he's been all over the place, doing an album with Pearl Jam, directing some movies. He's an environmentalist and outspoken advocate for small farmers, including co-founding a benefit concert called Farm Aid. I thought the farming time was nice. A nice segue into the song I'm doing. Here's Harvest Moon. Harvest. come a little bit closer. What I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. There's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the light. You know where the music's playing, let's go out and feel the light. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest. We were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I wanna celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. Next up on this list is a recent addition for me, and that's Dan Hill's Sometimes When We Touch. Hill was born in Toronto, and his musical talent was apparent from a young age, and he received his first guitar shortly after his 10th birthday. While in high school, he was singing and performing at concerts and coffee houses. At one point, Hill was working for the Ontario provincial government, sorting mail and delivering supplies while performing at the Riverboat at night, wherever the Riverboat is. Before finishing high school, he recorded a demo tape. And in 1972, he signed a contract with RCA, who released a single the following year, but it did little to advance his career. On my recent episode of Weekly Chording, I told the story of this song, so I won't repeat it, but here's the breakout hit for Dan Hill, co-written with Barry Mann. You ask me if I love you, and I choke on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with a lie. Who am I to judge you in what you say or do? I'm only just beginning to see the real you. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till nighttime, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. Sometimes I'd like to break you, drive you to your knees. Times I'd like to break through and hold you endlessly. Times I understand you, and I know how hard you try. I've watched my love command you, and I've watched love pass you by. Times I think we're drifters, still searching for a friend, a brother or a sister. Then the passion flares again, and sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. All right. Maybe wrong. Maybe this is only going to be an hour and a half. Look at that. Pretty close. All right. Another Dan here, and that's Canadian Music Hall of Fame inductee Daniel Lanois. Lanois was born in Hull, Quebec. Started his production career when he was 17, recording local artists in a studio in the basement of his mother's home in Ancaster, Ontario. Later, Lanois started Grand Avenue Studios in an old house which he purchased in Hamilton, Ontario. He worked with a number of local bands, including Martha and the Muffins, Ray Matterick, Spoons, and Canadian's children's singer-songwriter, Raffi. Well, singer, more songwriter, wasn't he? Raffi, anyway. Daniel Lanois is another prolific songwriter as well, and you'll find his name in a lot of places, including Bob Dylan's music, U2, Emmylou Harris, Neil Young. This particular song was written for Rockstar Games' Red Dead Redemption 2, which Lanois had a heavy hand in producing music and composing for. Yes. Here is That's the Way It Is. Many miles we walked, many things we learned, building of a shrine, only just to burn. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out a string, all from your command. That's the way it is. 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 Blue hair and leaves the northern sky. Trust the journey to new heights. What's the meaning of a scar if we don't learn to heal? Should we ever be apart, then how does it feel? That's the way it is. 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 Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness. That's the way it is. 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 I can't possibly do a Canadian artist show without the legendary Bryan Adams. According to Wikipedia sources, Adams has sold either more than 75 million or more than 100 million records and singles worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Crazy. Adams was born in Kingston in 1959, which, by the way, means he was only 10 in 1969, so mull on that. He joined his first band at age 15, which was Sweeney Todd, i.e. Roxy Roller, and at age 20, his eponymous debut album was released. He rose to fame in North America with 1983 top 10 album Cuts Like a Knife, featuring its title track and the ballad Straight from the Heart, his first US top 10 hit. Reading through his page on Wikipedia, I definitely think I've just not done enough of his songs yet. Even this one, I just thrown it in here for today. It's not officially on my list. So, anyway, from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, here is Everything I Do, I Do It For You. Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul. When you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. No, it's true. Everything I do it for you. Look into your heart, you will find there's nothing there to hide. Take me as I am, take my life. I would give it all, I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. Can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. There's no I do it for you. All right. I can't possibly do a Canadian artist show without the legendary Gordon Lightfoot. He's often referred to as Canada's greatest songwriter and is known internationally as a folk rock legend. Lightfoot's biographer Nicholas Jennings said his name is synonymous with timeless songs about trains and shipwrecks, rivers and highways, lovers and loneliness. He's unquestionably Canada's greatest songwriter. Lightfoot was born in Orillia, Ontario, and like most artists here, performed from early childhood. His first public performance was Toora Lura Lura, an Irish lullaby, in grade 4, which was broadcast over his school's public address system on a Parents' Day event. This song came much later and has been successfully covered many times. Most notably, and the one you've likely heard, is Stars on 54. That is the dance mixed version of this song. Anyway, here's a non-dance mixed version of this song, If You Could Read My Mind. I don't know why I took that off, but it stays on. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie, but it goes from a wishing well. In a castle dark, or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me. And I never will be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartache comes, the hero would be me. Heroes often fail. You won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star that gets caught in a three-way script. Enter number 2. Movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. Never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie, but it goes from a wishing well. In a castle dark, or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. But you know the stories always end. If you read between the lines, you'll see that I just try to understand the feelings that we lack. Never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. I can't possibly do a... No, I'm just kidding this time. Not that Jeff Healey isn't great, but not quite the superstar level of the last two. You may or may not know this, but Healey, who was from Toronto, lost his eyes when he was less than a year old to cancer. He ended up playing his guitar flat in his lap like a keyboard, most likely because due to be able to feel it better that way, I'm guessing, I think, or conjecture says. At 9 years old, his musical talents were showcased in an interview on the TV Ontario children's program Cucumber, or aka the Children's Underground Club of United Moose and Beaver for Enthusiastic Reporters, which played in the 1970s. Around the year 2000, he moved into jazz and improvisation and left the pop rock music behind after gifting the world a number of great recordings. Cancer caught back up with him, and he sadly died of sarcoma in Toronto in 2008. It does seem ironic that this song, which I think is definitely the one he is best known for, is about eyes. Here's Angel Eyes. Girl, you're looking fine tonight, and every guy has got you in his sight. What you're doing with a clown like me, surely one of life's little mysteries. So tonight, stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Well, I'm the guy who never learned to dance, never even got one second glance. Across a crowded room was close enough. I could look, but I could never touch. So tonight, stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Don't anyone wake me if it's just a dream. 'Cause she is the best thing that ever happened to me. All you fellows, you can look all you like, but this girl, you see, she's leaving here with me tonight. Well, there's just one more thing I need to know. If this is love, why does it scare me so? Must be something only you can see. 'Cause girl, I feel it when you look at me. So tonight I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Hey, 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 hey. Well, tonight I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? All right. Okay, guys, this has been a great long stream. I hope you've watched some or all of. A quick note that I perform regularly, not just here on Facebook, but also on a platform called Sessions that is free, where you can catch me and many other talented musicians from all over the world streaming 24 hours a day. Please check it out, install the app if you can, and follow me, and it will ping you when I go live, but it's typically Sundays, Thursdays, and Saturdays with an hour-long show, at least partially inspired by whatever the song of the week is. For our last artist today, it's the humor band, The Arrogant Worms. They started off as a sketch and song comedy group on their campus radio station in Kingston. They quickly dropped the sketches, but there remained bits and pieces in many of their songs, most notably like the Mountie song that I have done without the banter. I started off today with the actual formal national anthem, so it seemed only right to wrap up with the more fun national anthem, Dear I Got Worm Throat. Here's Canada's Really Big. When I look around me, I can't believe what I see. It seems as if this country has lost its will to live. The economy is lousy, we barely have an army, but we can still stand proudly, cause Canada's really big. We're the second largest country on this planet Earth. And if Russia keeps on shrinking, then soon we'll be first. As long as we keep Quebec, the USA has tanks, Switzerland has banks, they can keep them thanks. They just don't amount, cause when you get down to it, you'll find out what the truth is. It isn't what we do with it, it's the size that counts. Most people will tell you that France is pretty large, but you can put 14 Frances into this land of ours. It would take a lot of work, take a whole lot of work. We're larger than Malaysia, almost as big as Asia. We're bigger than Australia, it's a continent. So big we seldom bother, go see one another. But we often go to other countries for vacations. Our mountains are very pointy, our prairies are not. The rest is kind of bumpy, but man, do we have a lot. Got a whole lot of land, we got a whole lot of land. So stand up and be proud, sing out very loud. We stand out from the crowd, cause Canada's really big. Alright, thank you for joining me today. Please like, follow, share, subscribe. Tip me if you've enjoyed what you've seen. Like I said, this will be up, so you could be watching this later, not live. But thank you for joining me. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Until next time.